Alright, so I did it again. I started a project and I didn't start filming it. I'm not used to this, still not used to it, but I'll get better. So what I'm doing is I've gotten some of this, this was a 10-foot piece of 1/2-inch conduit, and I'm cutting it down to 6 and 4 foot, and then I've got to join them, and I'm going to start with just some of the set screw type joiners and see if those work. If not, I'll do an internal sleeve. But what I'm doing here is I found a 5/8, sorry, I'm setting this pole down at the same time that I'm talking. So I found one of these 5/8 bolts, and it fits inside that 1/2-inch conduit, I think perfectly. If not, I've got a mini lathe. I can turn it down and make it work, but it's really close. And what I want to do is cut little pucks that I can put in the ends, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill through the ends of the conduit after I stack two pieces of conduit so they can hinge, and I don't want the ends to crush. So I'm going to sleeve them with like maybe 3/4 inch pieces of this bolt, so they're kind of a reinforcement that I can drill through. So hopefully that'll work. So I remembered that I bought one of these. So let's see if that goes any faster. I just remembered I will be needing 4, so I'll need one more now that I think about it. So like I said, I need to get, oh, that does go in there. It's a little looser than I thought, but that's okay. It can crush down a little bit. It's not precision, but what's going to happen is, imagine this is a round piece of tube. It's going to hinge like that. So on either end I want a couple of these so that they don't crush when I drill through them. So since they are a little looser than I thought, what I'll do is I'll put them in there and probably throw a couple tacks in them. Alright guys, so as I've stated before, I am not a fabricator. I'm not a welder. This is just a little 110 MIG that's on permanent loan from a friend. And I'm winging this, so if we get to the end and I've done all this and we get it together and it just doesn't work out, then you guys came along with the journey, for the journey. If you came here to see some expert fabrication, probably in the wrong, probably following the wrong channel. But sometimes it's the journey. I enjoy the journey. If you guys want to come along with me, then comment, like, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Again, I'm not monetizing these videos. I'm just here to share. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tack these in just so they obviously don't slide. I think since it's flattened out a little bit, I'll actually be able to drill this a little easier when I hinge the two together. So not wearing any gloves. Usually I recommend it, but since this is just a couple tacks, I don't think it's going to be a big issue. Here we go. Alright, this is the end of the 6-foot piece. Woo, that's so good. But I don't think it's going anywhere. Alright, let me see if I can explain what's going on here. So, from here to here is a 6-foot piece. I didn't want it any longer than that because I didn't want it sticking off the front of the truck. So that's permanently attached. And then there's another 4-foot piece attached with one of these couplers out to the corner. And that's where I drilled through those plugs that I welded in the end. And there's a stainless nut and bolt going through there. And the same on this side. I haven't cleaned anything up yet. We're just dry fitting right now. I got a coupler there and a coupler there. Those will get 4-foot pieces. And then there'll be a piece going across here. Those will have holes in the end here. And then this piece will have a hole in the end. And then the tent pole will just go through the holes. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to get back to work putting this together. Yeah, so this joint right here is a problem. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm almost thinking it's a little, the frame's a little too small, so it's not tight enough to pull the tarp tight. But I'm also thinking that like in the middle I can run some guy wires, you know, where the joiners are, like, so I could do that. I just got to figure out what to do about that. That back one back there, that's the problem. That one right there. Sorry about the focus. So this is the end of that rod that was sagging, and I'm wondering if I could take the rest of this bolt that I was cutting earlier and slide it in there. It's a little loose. I wonder if I could slide it in there, you know, for support. Slide it in maybe 2 inches and tack it, and then all the rest would go into the other side and maybe give it more support. I don't think I really have anything to lose, so I'm going to try that. Okay, so as you can see, here's the leading edge of the roof rack, and it was sagging right in here, and I put that male insert like sleeve inside, and it's sticking out there, and the whole weight of this 10 feet is leaning on it, and it is barely even bending. So I think that's going to be just fine. At this point, I am going to, I've welded on some wing nuts on some of these. I want to do one wing nut on that one, and where is it? I've done that one. That one's got some boogers, doesn't it? Yeah. And then the one that goes across parallel to the truck, I need to do a wing nut on that one as well. So keep going on these wing nuts, and we'll pick it back up. By the way, this is how I'm doing those wing nuts. I'm just using the magnet to hold them up, and then I'm just setting them on top of the nut, and then I'm coming in and welding them from the inside. So hopefully that'll hold. If not, I'll figure something else out. So the permanent rod stows on top like that. I'll probably spray paint it black. And the rest of the pieces, including the 2 tent poles, are in that bundle. It's 6 feet long, and so I'm gonna come up with some sort of bag or something. See if I can find a bag. If you guys know of anything that might work, maybe a bag for one of those outdoor umbrellas might work. Anyway, if you guys think of anything, put it in the comments. And then the tarp stows up there. And I'm really not gonna mess around with this again until I go out and do an actual trip and, you know, work the bugs out of it, which I think is coming pretty soon. And then I think in an earlier video I was gonna go do like Kern River, but I think I'm gonna go back up to up and around Joshua Tree, Pioneer Town, Rimrock, that area of California. And so again, thanks for watching, and please leave your comments, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff.